My name is Geneva. I am 92 years old. I gave my 3 children everything I had, and I do not regret $1 of it. So that is not this story. If you came to hear an old woman tell you her children cleaned her out and left her with nothing, you can go on to the next one. Mine did not. They are good and they call, and my oldest comes on Thursdays. What I gave away that I should have kept was not money. It was $80 worth of piano, and it cost me 40 years. Let me start where it starts. I grew up in Dayton, Ohio. Started piano at 7 years old, 1941, on a neighbor woman's upright because we did not have one. Her name was Mrs. Kessler, and she taught me for 9 years and never took a dime. And I want her name said out loud one time before I am gone. I was good. I am not bragging. I am 92. I have got no reason to lie to you. I was good. Mrs. Kessler drove down to my mother's kitchen in 1951 and sat at that table and said Geneva ought to go to the conservatory in Cincinnati. I was 17 and standing in the doorway listening. My mother thanked her very politely, and that was the end of it. Nobody was ugly about it. There was just no money and no way and no anybody who had ever done such a thing. Married Bud in 1953. He was at the Frigidaire plant 28 years until it closed. Nadine came in 1954, Curtis in 1957, Patty in 1961, and Bud bought me a piano. Second-hand upright, 1956. And that man could not afford it, and he did it anyway, and never once said what it cost him. I played that piano for 12 years. Now here is the part nobody in my family knows to this day. In the fall of 1968, Nadine was a senior. She needed a class ring and a yearbook and a dress for the banquet. And Curtis needed glasses and had needed them for about 4 months. I sold the piano for $80 to a man who came in a truck on a Tuesday morning while everybody was gone. Bud came home and there was a square of clean floor where it had been, and he stood there looking at it. And I said the fellow gave me a good price. He never asked. I never told him. He went to his grave in 1998, not knowing where that $80 went. And neither do my children. And after tonight, I suppose they will. I did not think it was a sacrifice. I want to be honest about that. I did not sit down and weep over it. I thought, well, that is what the thing was for. And that is exactly how it happens. Nobody gives their life away in one afternoon. You sell it off in pieces, small enough that not one of them seems worth arguing about. After the piano, it was easy. Down payment for Nadine in 1979. A car for Patty. I put $11,000 into a business of Curtis's in 1986 that did not work out. And I have never brought it up to that boy, and I never will. Sold the house in 2011 and split it 3 ways while I was alive because I wanted to watch them have it instead of reading about it in a will. I would do all of it again, every bit. If any of this is reaching you, do me a kindness and press the like button and subscribe if you would care to sit with me again. And tell me in the comments where you are watching from, the town, the state, the country. At 92, it means more than you would think to know these words got somewhere. Now let me tell you about Arlene, because Arlene is the whole point. Arlene and I raised our kids on the same street, but Arlene kept her job at the library, and Arlene kept Wednesday nights, come hell or high water, for a book club that ran 51 years. Her children thought she was a little bit selfish. So did I, if I am honest with you. We all thought Geneva was the good mother, and Arlene held a little something back. Here is what I have watched happen. My children call me out of love, and it is real, and I am grateful for it. Arlene's children call her because she is interesting. Those are two different telephone calls. The second one lasts a lot longer. A woman who has kept nothing of her own turns into a duty, not on purpose, not because anybody is cruel. It is just that there is nothing to talk about except how you are feeling and whether you have eaten. I have been a duty for about 20 years, and I did that to myself. Not one of my children did it to me. Now here is the day it all came due. In 2016, my granddaughter Marley brought me a little keyboard, set it up on the kitchen table, plugged it in, and went on off to work. I was 82 years old, and I had not touched keys since 1968. I sat down, and my hands did not know anything. I could get through about 8 bars of a Chopin waltz I used to play from memory when I was 16. 8 bars. Then nothing. Just a woman sitting at a table with her hands stopped. I want to tell you something. I sold my house and gave away the money and did not shed one tear. I sat at that kitchen table and cried over 8 bars of music like somebody had died. Because somebody had. She died in 1968 on a Tuesday morning, and the man carried her out on a truck. I have practiced almost every day since, 10 years now, and I am not going to sit here and tell you I got it back. I did not. I got maybe a third of it back, and I am 92, and the third is what I have. I can play 3 pieces. I play one of them at 4 o'clock every afternoon, whether anybody is here or not. Now 2 things and I will let you go. The first one, if you are giving everything to your children, keep one thing. I do not mean money. Keep one thing that is only yours and has not got one blessed thing to do with them. A skill, an instrument, a garden, a night of the week that nobody is allowed to touch. And do not do it for you, do it for them. Because your children do not need a mother who was hollowed out on their behalf. That is a bill they will be paying long after you are gone. And they will not even know what they are paying for. The second one, give your children everything you have. Do not give them everything you are. There is a difference, and I could not see it. Every single thing I handed over looked like a thing at the time. The $80 looked like $80. It was not. It was the only part of me that was not for somebody else. And I sold it for a class ring and a pair of glasses. And I would probably do it again. And it was still a mistake. Both of those are true. I have had a long time to decide, and both of them are still true. If you have stayed with me this far, press that like button and go on and subscribe, because there will be more of these. And tell me in the comments where you are watching from. And tell me one more thing. Tell me what you quit. The thing you were good at that you set down for somebody else. I would truly like to read those. I read every one. And then go find it. Do not buy anything. Just go and find out whether your hands remember. This has been Geneva, 92 years old, 3 children, no regrets about the money, and 3 pieces I can still play at 4 o'clock. Goodbye now.